Imagine a world not unlike our own, but with a profound difference. Here, the hum of tireless machines and the silent calculations of artificial intelligence have taken over the tasks that once defined human existence. This is not a distant science fiction dream, it is the horizon we are rapidly approaching. We call this the post-labor economy. It is a future where robots assemble our cars, AI manages our logistics, and algorithms diagnose our illnesses. The very concept of a job, a repetitive task performed for a wage, is fading into the past, much like the horse and buggy faded with the invention of the automobile. This transformation is, honestly, one of the most significant shifts in the history of our species. This new age presents us with a fundamental question. If machines do all the work, what do we do? For millennia, our societies have been built around labor. Our days were structured by it. Our value is often measured by it. The transition away from this model can seem daunting, even frightening. But like any great cosmic event, it is not inherently good or bad. It is simply a change that forces us to look up from our daily toil and ask bigger questions. What is the purpose of human consciousness? What is the true nature of value? This is a moment of unprecedented opportunity, a chance to redefine what it means to be human in a universe of growing abundance. The scale of this revolution is immense, touching every facet of our civilization. Think of the agricultural revolution, which allowed us to settle in one place, or the industrial revolution, which built the modern world. The AI and automation revolution is something even bigger. It doesn't just change how we make things, it changes the role of human effort itself. It frees up our most precious resource, our time. Billions of human minds, unburdened by the necessity of survival-based work, could be unleashed to create, to explore, to connect, and to understand our place in the cosmos. The potential is truly staggering. We stand at a crossroads. One path leads to a world where the fruits of this automated abundance are concentrated in the hands of a few, leaving the many without purpose or means. The other path leads to a future where this new wealth is shared, where technology serves all of humanity, and where we build a society that is not just more efficient, but more equitable and more enlightened. The choice is ours to make. It requires not just technological innovation, but a revolution in our economic thinking. We need a new system, a new story about how we create and share value in this brave new world. To navigate this new world, we need a new map. That map is called crypto-economics. The word might sound complex, a fusion of cryptography and economics, but the core idea is beautifully simple. Crypto-economics is the science of building trusted systems in an untrusted environment. It uses the power of mathematics and computer code to create rules that everyone can agree on without needing a central authority like a bank or a government to enforce them. It's like, well, discovering a new law of physics for human interaction, one based on transparency and shared agreement, written in the language of code. For centuries, our economic systems have relied on intermediaries. We trust banks to hold our money, we trust governments to print it, we trust companies to manage our data. These central entities hold immense power. Crypto-economics challenges this model. It introduces a technology called the blockchain, which is like a shared digital ledger. Every transaction is a block, chained to the one before it, creating a permanent and unchangeable record. This ledger isn't owned by any single person or entity. It is maintained by a network of computers all around the world, making it secure, transparent, and democratic. This changes everything about how we think of earning a living. In the old world, you earned money by having a job, a formal agreement with an employer. In the world of crypto-economics, you can earn value by contributing to a network. This could mean many things. You could contribute computing power to secure the network. You could contribute data to train an AI. You could contribute your creative work to a decentralized platform. The system is designed to reward participation directly. Value flows from the community to the individual, based on transparent rules encoded in the system itself. This is a profound shift from a top-down to a bottom-up economy. It's not about replacing jobs one for one. It's about creating a rich ecosystem of opportunities where value is recognized and rewarded in countless new ways. Instead of a single paycheck, a person might have dozens of small income streams, earned by interacting with various decentralized systems. Cryptoeconomics provides the tools to build these new systems, to design incentives that encourage collaboration, and to create economies that are as resilient and dynamic as the networks they are built upon. It's a new economic operating system for our species. So, what does earning a living look like in this automated future? Let's leave the abstract and journey into the possible. Imagine you are a storyteller. In the old world, you might struggle to find a publisher. In the new crypto-economic world, you could publish your story directly onto a decentralized platform. Every person who reads it could send you a tiny direct micropayment. The platform itself, governed by its users, could automatically reward you with tokens for creating popular content. You are not an employee, you are a creator, earning value directly from a community that appreciates your work, with no middleman taking a large cut. Let's consider another example. Our planet needs our help. Imagine a decentralized network designed to reward ecological stewardship. You could earn tokens for planting trees in your community, verified by satellite imagery and confirmed by your neighbors on the network. You could earn value for cleaning a local river, with sensors measuring the improvement in water quality and automatically releasing a reward. This system turns positive environmental action into a direct economic incentive. It empowers individuals and communities to become guardians of their local ecosystems, earning a livelihood by healing the earth. This is work that robots cannot do. It requires human care and commitment. Now let's stretch our imagination further. What about the data our lives generate? Every day, we create a vast sea of data through our interactions with the digital world. Today, that data is harvested and sold by large corporations, often without our full knowledge or consent. In a crypto-economic system, you could own your data. You could place it in a secure digital vault and choose to share it anonymously with researchers or AI developers. In return, you would be paid directly for its use. Your daily life, the very act of living, becomes a source of economic value that you control. This empowers the individual and creates a more equitable data economy. These are just a few stellar examples in a galaxy of possibilities. You could earn tokens for teaching a skill to someone online, for contributing to an open-source software project, for creating beautiful public art, or for participating in local governance. The key is that cryptoeconomics allows us to define and exchange value for any kind of contribution that a community deems important. It broadens our definition of work to include anything that enriches human life and our shared world. It's not about the end of work, it's about the beginning of meaningful contribution on a massive scale. As automation accelerates, the machines and AI systems doing the work will generate immense economic value. A critical question arises: who owns the robots? If the wealth generated by this automated workforce flows only to a small number of corporations or individuals, we risk creating a society of unprecedented inequality. This is a legitimate fear. However, cryptoeconomics offers a powerful and elegant solution. We can use this new technology to distribute the ownership and the profits of our automated economy to everyone. This is not just a safety net, it's a dividend for being human. Imagine a world where every citizen has a digital wallet from birth. A portion of the profits from all automated industries, from manufacturing to transportation to data analysis, is collected into a global, decentralized fund. This fund is governed not by politicians but by transparent, open-source code. Every month, or perhaps every day, this fund automatically distributes a share of the wealth to every single person on the planet. This concept, often called a universal basic income or a social dividend, becomes technically feasible and politically neutral through cryptoeconomic systems. It is a direct stake in our collective technological inheritance. This universal dividend would provide a foundation of economic security for everyone. It ensures that no one is left behind in the transition to a post-labor world. With their basic needs for food, shelter, and energy met, people would be free. Free to pursue education, free to care for their families and communities, free to start creative projects or engage in scientific discovery. It would act as a launchpad for human potential, unleashing a wave of innovation and creativity unlike anything we have ever seen. It transforms the fear of automation into the promise of liberation for all. Furthermore, this system can be designed to be dynamic and responsive. The dividend could be linked to the overall productivity of the automated economy. As our machines become more efficient and create more wealth, the dividend for every person increases. This creates a shared sense of purpose and progress. Everyone benefits from technological advancement. We would all be shareholders in the enterprise of human civilization. This is not a handout. It is a rightful share of the incredible abundance we have created together, a dividend paid to the creators and inheritors of this new automated world. Our industrial civilization has long operated on a linear model: take, make, and dispose. We extract resources from the earth, manufacture products, and then throw them away when we are done. This is a finite game on a finite planet. It creates waste, pollution, and scarcity. To build a sustainable future, we must shift our thinking from a straight line to a circle. This is the essence of a circular economy. It is an economic system designed to eliminate waste and keep resources in use for as long as possible. It's a system that really mimics the elegant, waste-free cycles of the natural world. In a circular economy, products are designed from the start to be repaired, reused, and recycled. A smartphone, for example, would be designed with modular components that can be easily swapped out and upgraded. When the device reaches the end of its life, its materials can be fully recovered and used to create new products. Nothing is wasted. Value is preserved and circulated continuously within the system. This is not just an environmental ideal. It is, honestly, an economic imperative. It creates new opportunities for businesses focused on repair, refurbishment, and materials recovery, turning waste into a valuable resource. Crypto-economics can supercharge this transition. Imagine every product having a unique digital identity on a blockchain, a product passport. This passport would track its entire life cycle, the raw materials it contains, its manufacturing history, its repair records, and its current owner. This creates radical transparency. As a consumer, you would know exactly where your product came from and what it's made of. As a recycler, you would know the exact composition of the materials you are recovering, making the process far more efficient and valuable. This digital layer connects the physical world to a shared ledger of information. This system creates powerful new incentives. A manufacturer could be rewarded with tokens for designing a product that is easy to disassemble and recycle. A consumer could earn back a portion of the purchase price by returning a product for proper recycling, with the transaction automatically handled by a smart contract. A repair shop could earn a reputation and rewards on the network for extending the life of products. The blockchain acts as a trusted coordinator, orchestrating this complex dance of materials and value without a central authority. It turns the circular economy from a hopeful concept into a practical, incentivized reality. The prospect of a world without traditional jobs touches on some of our deepest human anxieties. For generations, our work has been more than just a source of income. It's given us a sense of identity, a community, and really a purpose. The question, "What do you do?" is often the very first thing we ask a new acquaintance. So, the fear of losing our jobs is not just an economic fear, it's a fear of losing our place in the world, of becoming irrelevant in a society run by intelligent machines. This is honestly a profound psychological challenge that we must address with empathy and foresight. We have to recognize that this anxiety is valid. The transition will be disruptive. For someone who has spent their entire life mastering a trade, being told that a robot can now do it better can feel like a personal blow. It's essential that we don't dismiss these feelings. Instead, we must build a society that offers new sources of identity and purpose. The post-labor world shouldn't be a world of forced idleness. It should be a world of chosen activity. The goal is to separate income from labor so that people can pursue what they find truly meaningful, not just what the market dictates they must do to survive. The new systems we build have to be designed with human dignity at their core. The universal dividend provides the economic floor, the foundation of security. But on top of that, we must foster a culture that values a wide range of human contributions. We need to celebrate the artist, the caregiver, the community organizer, the lifelong learner, and the citizen scientist. The crypto-economic systems we've discussed provide a mechanism to do just that, to assign tangible value to activities that enrich the human experience, even if they don't produce a traditional commodity. This helps build a new social fabric, woven from diverse threads of purpose. Ultimately, this transition requires a shift in our collective consciousness. We must move away from defining our self-worth by our productivity or our job title. We need to learn to find value in our relationships, in our creativity, in our curiosity, and in our capacity for compassion. A post-labor world does not mean a post-purpose world. It means we finally have the freedom to discover our own purpose, to explore the vast inner cosmos of human potential. The challenge isn't to find new jobs for people, but to create a society where people are free to create their own meaning. For any new economic system to succeed, it has to earn the trust of the people who use it. Our current systems place trust in institutions, banks, governments, and corporations. We trust them to be fair, to be honest, and to act in our best interests. But as we all know, that trust can sometimes be broken. Crypto-economics proposes a radical alternative. It asks us to shift our trust from fallible human institutions to the infallible logic of mathematics and code. This is what is meant by a trustless system. Not that it's untrustworthy, but that it doesn't require you to trust any single actor within it. The trust is embedded in the system's design. The blockchain, as a distributed and immutable ledger, ensures that the rules cannot be changed secretly by a powerful entity. Every transaction is visible to everyone on the network, creating a high degree of transparency. The rules of the system, written in code as smart contracts, are executed automatically when certain conditions are met. This removes the need for human intermediaries who might be biased, inefficient, or corrupt. The system itself becomes the guarantor of trust, its integrity secured by the collective power of its participants. However, building widespread trust in these new systems is a journey. The technology is complex, and the language of cryptography can be intimidating to many. Education is the key. We have to find ways to explain these concepts in simple, accessible terms. We need user-friendly interfaces that allow people to interact with these systems as easily as they use a smartphone app today. People don't need to understand the intricate details of how the internet works to use it, and the same will be true for crypto-economics. The technology must become invisible, a reliable foundation upon which people can build their economic lives with confidence. Furthermore, these systems must be governed in a way that is fair and inclusive. While the code sets the rules, those rules must be decided upon by the community. Decentralized governance models allow token holders to vote on proposals and changes to the network. This gives every participant a voice in the evolution of their economic system. It's a form of digital democracy. By building systems that are transparent, secure, and governed by their users, we can create a foundation of trust that is far more resilient than anything that has come before. It's trust by design, trust by mathematics. The ideas we've explored, the post-labor economy, crypto-economics, the universal dividend, and the circular economy, are not separate, isolated concepts. They're interconnected parts of a single harmonious system. They're like the different sections of a cosmic orchestra, each playing its part to create a beautiful symphony of a new civilization. The automation of labor creates the abundance. Crypto-economics provides the tools to manage and distribute that abundance. The universal dividend ensures that everyone has a share, and the circular economy ensures that this prosperity is sustainable for generations to come. Think of it as a grand self-reinforcing loop. The AI and robots do the heavy lifting, generating vast economic output. A portion of this output flows into the Universal Dividend Fund, providing every citizen with economic security. This security frees people from survival-based work, allowing them to engage in the new marketplace of contribution, creating art, healing the planet, educating others, and innovating. These activities, rewarded through various crypto-economic systems, further enrich society and drive new forms of progress. It's an engine of human flourishing, powered by technology but guided by human values. This integrated system also creates incredible resilience. Our current global economy is fragile, susceptible to shocks in one part of the system that can cascade and cause widespread problems. A decentralized network of interconnected systems is far more robust. It's more like a biological ecosystem than a rigid machine. If one part of the network fails, the rest can adapt and continue to function. Value creation is distributed across millions of individuals and communities, not concentrated in a few critical choke points. This creates a stable and adaptive economic foundation for our global society. We're moving from a world of simple, linear chains to a world of complex, interconnected webs. The economy of the future won't be a single monolithic entity. It'll be a dynamic symphony of systems, a system of systems, each designed for a specific purpose, but all working together. The beauty of this vision is its emergent order. It doesn't require a master planner or a central controller. It requires a well-designed set of initial rules, the laws of crypto-economics, that allow for complex and beneficial patterns to arise from the simple interactions of its millions of participants. We find ourselves at a remarkable moment in the human story. The challenges are great, but the potential is cosmic. The transition to a post-labor world guided by the principles of crypto-economics is not just an economic upgrade, it's an opportunity to elevate our entire civilization. It's a chance to build a world that is not only wealthier, but wiser, not only more efficient, but more equitable, not only more technologically advanced, but more deeply human. This future is not guaranteed. It's a future we must choose to build. It requires courage, imagination, and a willingness to question our oldest assumptions. The universe is full of energy and potential. From the fusion in the heart of stars to the intricate dance of life on our own planet, we see systems that create complexity and opportunity out of simple rules. We now have the tools to do the same for our own society. We can design economic systems that are as elegant and efficient as the laws of physics, systems that unlock the potential within every human being. We can create a world where technology serves humanity, not the other way around, freeing us to pursue the grand adventures of the mind and spirit. This journey will require all of us. It requires the scientist to build the tools, the artist to imagine the future, the philosopher to ask the hard questions, and the citizen to participate in building this new world. It's a collective project for our species. We must approach it with a sense of optimism, not fear. We must see the end of the traditional job not as a loss, but as a graduation. We're graduating to a new level of existence, one where our lives are defined not by what we must do to survive, but by what we choose to do to thrive. Look up at the night sky. The stars are a reminder of the vastness of time and space, of the endless possibilities that await. The same creative forces that forged those stars and galaxies are within us. We are, after all, stardust. We have the intelligence, the creativity, and now the technology to take our next great leap, to build a global civilization that is fair, sustainable, and abundant. A future where every human has the security and freedom to look up at the stars and wonder, and to contribute their own unique verse to the cosmic story.